A ceasefire on papers, an assassination in Beirut. Israel kills Hezbollah's leader's nephew as rockets resume and Netanyahu tests the truce's limits. If the guns were meant to fall silent, why are commanders still dying? And is the Lebanon front already slipping free of the deal? The Israeli military says it has killed the nephew and personal secretary of Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem in a targeted overnight airstrike on Beirut, marking another high-profile assassination despite an ongoing Iran-linked ceasefire framework. According to the IDF, Ali Yusuf Harshi was killed in a strike on Beirut's Talat Khayat neighborhood, outside Hezbollah's traditional Dahiyeh stronghold. Footage from the scene showed part of a multi-story building collapsing following the strike.
Harshi was a close associate and personal advisor to Hezbollah Secretary General Naim Qassem and played a central role in managing his office and his security.
Reuters separately reported that the Israeli military identified Harshi as both the personal secretary and nephew of Hezbollah Secretary General Naim Qassem.
The IDF struck in the Beirut area and eliminated Ali Yusuf Harshi, the personal secretary and nephew of Hezbollah Secretary General Naim Qassem.
The assassination comes as Israel intensifies its campaign in Lebanon, even after the United States brokered a 2-week ceasefire arrangement with Iran. Israeli strikes killed hundreds of civilians in Lebanon, drawing widespread criticism across the world. Meanwhile, the IDF said that the overnight strikes also targeted 2 major crossings over the Litani River, which Israel says Hezbollah used to transfer thousands of rockets, launchers, and other weapons into southern Lebanon. Israeli forces further struck around 10 Hezbollah weapons depots, rocket launchers, and command facilities in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah has claimed responsibility for launching rockets into northern Israel, its first publicly claimed attacks on Israel since the ceasefire framework involving Iran was announced. The group said the rocket fire, including overnight launches that triggered sirens in northern Israel, was retaliation for what it called repeated Israeli ceasefire violations following Israel's largest wave of strikes on Lebanon earlier this week. The exchange underscores the continuing ambiguity over whether the Iran ceasefire arrangement applies to the Lebanese front, a point Israel has repeatedly disputed, while Hezbollah, Iran, and some regional mediators have argued otherwise. With Hezbollah resuming rocket fire and Israel continuing targeted killings deep inside Beirut, the Lebanon front is once again threatening to unravel, raising fresh doubts over whether the broader regional ceasefire can hold. Israel has carried out what it calls its largest coordinated wave of strikes in Lebanon since the start of Operation Roaring Lion, launching more than 100 strikes across Beirut, southern Lebanon, and the Bekaa Valley amid growing uncertainty over whether Lebanon is covered by the newly announced Iran ceasefire. According to the IDF, the operation targeted over 100 Hezbollah command centers and military facilities, including headquarters, intelligence hubs, and infrastructure tied to the group's missile, naval, aerial, and elite Radwan units. Media reports claimed hundreds of civilians were killed by 50 Israeli fighter jets that dropped 160 bombs on various parts of Lebanon in 1 minute. The Israeli military said the strike package had been planned over several weeks and was based on intelligence assessments, adding that many targets were embedded within civilian areas.
In accordance with directives from the political leadership, the IDF has ceased fire in the campaign against Iran and remains on high defensive alert, prepared to respond to any violations. The IDF continues combat operations and ground activity against the Hezbollah terrorist organization in Lebanon.
Hezbollah responded by warning civilians not to return to southern areas still under bombardment, accusing Israel of trying to reshape the narrative after battlefield setbacks.
The barbaric enemy is trying to divert attention from his defeat and may carry out attacks to create a false image of achievements.
Hezbollah lawmaker Ibrahim Moussawi also warned that the ceasefire could collapse entirely if Israel continues operations in Lebanon.
If Israel does not adhere to the ceasefire, no party will feel bound to uphold it.
On the ground, Lebanese emergency responders reported heavy casualties. The Lebanese Red Cross head, Georges Katane, told LBCI,
"The wounded and casualties are numerous. We are doing everything we can to save them."
Hospitals across Beirut reportedly issued urgent blood donation appeals as ambulances flooded the streets. Lebanese media said strikes hit dense urban districts in Beirut without prior warning, as well as Tyre, Sidon, Nabatea, Baalbek, and multiple villages across the south and east. Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam said Israel was killing defenseless civilians in Lebanon. According to L'Orient today, the Amal movement said 6 people were killed in one strike on the southern village of Shrifa, while local reports said multiple others were killed or wounded elsewhere. Despite the escalation, Hezbollah has so far refrained from launching fresh attacks on Israeli territory since the ceasefire announcement. With Israel insisting the Lebanon front remains active, Hezbollah warning the truce may not hold, and mediators offering conflicting interpretations, the ceasefire meant to calm the region is instead exposing a widening fault line, one that could pull Lebanon back into full-scale war.